Happy New Year, everyone! Say I in the middle of February. Actually, it's kind of a good time to think back to the New Year's again, because this is the month where people are going to fail their resolutions. I personally don't make any New Year resolution because I feel like if I'm gonna really do something, just do it. Don't wait until New Year's. But I do still fail a lot of things I try to do in my life. Actually, I would say that failing has been the singular thing I'm really successful in doing. And that's actually because science is built a lot on failures. Like, you may have seen news showing that, scientists found out that X influenced Y, or X method can lead to a Y result. But, in figuring out that X and Y have a positive influence over each other, there's like A to W, where they basically fail at the things they're trying to prove. That's essentially what experiments are for. They're for figuring out what is actually influencing the phenomenon you're looking at and not actually having successful results, as a lot of my first year and second year students would like to write in their lab reports. That is not what we do experiments for, kids. But I have to say, I think I know where that thinking comes from. Like, part of it is how the science curriculum is taught in, primary education as well. We don't really have time for students to, test things, experiment around, have a lot of failed results before they get to the positive one. We kind of point out, that's the one that's positive, go do it, and that's about it. But I also think that it's symptomatic of a larger focus on success, on getting everything right, on making all the right decisions. And in that kind of mindset, failures is kind of the opposite of success. So you don't want to fail because that makes you a loser. That's putting you away from the success. When in reality, that's not true at all. Like, failures are steps you make deliberately so you can get to the position that you have success. As in the experiments, so you list things you think would influence Y, and then test everything out, and then cross out all of those that doesn't actually influence your Y. Or, in the second case, which might be more relevant to day-to-day life, is that your failures are scrutinized afterwards, so you learn from those failures. An attitude to failures, I think, is actually what underlies success of some of the students. Like, the students can fail terribly at school, but they will go on in life and be successful at the subject that they actually failed the first time. Maybe it's English, maybe it's math, maybe it's art, maybe it's language. Or, in my personal case, it's physics. Yes, folks, I failed most of high school physics, if you would believe me. For the record, though, I still find physics hard on a daily basis. But it has become easier to deal with because I've scrutinized my own failure with physics. I know where my weaknesses are. I know what makes me click. I know what doesn't click. I know the approaches that I can use to figure out an answer to a problem. And all those accumulative knowledge that I've gathered from basically failing hard at a lot of things is actually the things that I use to actually get through the job that I'm doing. So, my friends, if you have already failed with your New Year resolution, remember this. Failure is not the end. What you do with failure is going to determine your success in the end. Now get back to your New Year resolution. Chop chop!